Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's bright, it's sunny today, and that means it's time for some more no prep testing. Well, the building behind me is throwing a little shade right here, but you get the idea. As usual, we're gonna go over a couple of changes I made to the car, and then we're gonna try to see if it'll go straight today. So in that last video, I talked about the wheels and tires and the hexes. I believe the hexes were rounding out the inside of the wheels, and that could have been my problem on why the car didn't go straight. Changed out those wheels, put some brand new Proline split 6 wheels on there, and I also changed out the wheel hexes, just put some factory ones in there, brand new. I also got the diff gears in finally, so today we're going to try out an open diff instead of a locked diff. I'm running 500k fluid in there, so it's pretty thick. It's basically like it's locked, but it's open. I'm hoping if it does do something on the top end down there where the car is turning, where one wheel's turning faster than the other, maybe that'll help it to stay straight. That's what some of you have recommended to me anyway, so we're going to try it out today. I threw the car on the scales over the week and it seems pretty balanced, so I don't think that's my issue. I've been looking into building a sway bar for the front and I have some ideas. I have something I'm working on, but I didn't get it finished in time to come out here and run today. So for today, that's going to be off the car, but I do have that coming soon. But anyway, I think that's it. Let's make some passes. One more thing I forgot to mention, I'm pretty sure those slipper plates in the car are still shot. I did find some and got them on order, but I'm just gonna try it out today. I'm gonna give the car some extra time in between passes to cool off, and hopefully that won't burn up the slipper today and we won't have any issues there. Let's get started. Alright, we started off, made a couple of 66 foot passes. I really wanted to see what that diff was going to do, being an open diff now, and see how it would work. Car's launching fine, still running the same 66 foot time, so I'm impressed. Doesn't look like it's drifting right down track this time, but I haven't really opened it up all the way yet. I guess it's time to see what it'll do. Fingers crossed. Alright, that's a million times better. Nice, straight, and smooth, and fast is the key. Well, fast for me anyway. Those last two passes were both 2.71 at 50 miles an hour. That was my base tune that I talked about in the last video. It's basically where I wanted to start out at, make sure the car was running good, and then I could add more power. And today it looks like it's running good. I'm getting some nice consistent straight passes. My biggest issue is shutting it down there because I don't have a whole lot of room. But the car's going straight, it's handling well, and looking at the data graphs, it looks like I can add in some more power. I'm not sure if you could hear on that last pass, but the slipper was slipping a little bit. It didn't launch as hard, and that's just because the car's heating up. I'm gonna let it cool down for a while, play around in the ESC a little bit, maybe add some more power, and we're gonna try to make some more passes. If I can get this car to 60 miles an hour today, I'll be ecstatic. All right, we checked out all the graphs. Everything's looking awesome. Added in a little more boost, added in a little more turbo. Let's see if we can get it a little faster. All right, now we're really getting somewhere. 3 clean passes there. One at 51 miles an hour, one at 53 miles an hour, and then one at 50 miles an hour. That last one at 50 miles an hour though was the most impressive to me because it was the quickest ET I've ran so far. 132 feet, 2.60. I know that's not the greatest in the world, and I know those mile an hour numbers aren't the greatest in the world, but it's very promising to me. Y'all have all seen my work with this car. Y'all have seen how it's come out, what it started at and where it's at now. And it's awesome to finally see some progress like this and see the car making straight passes. Everything's still looking great. The RPM graphs, temperature, everything's still looking great. So I added a little bit more power to it. I'm gonna keep doing that until I break the tires loose and it doesn't take the power anymore. Like I said, my goal is to see 60 miles an hour today. I know in drag racing, mile an hour isn't the best thing to look for, Mile an hour normally means horsepower though. So if I'm running a high mile an hour, that means the car's got a lot of power. Obviously I want those ET numbers low though, that way I'm getting down the track as quick as possible. GoPro battery died, so we're only on this camera now, so you'll see this shot instead of that down track shot. But I'm interested to make some more passes. I want to see this car even faster. Obviously that's not what we want to see. Front tires were way too high in the air. I'm gonna lower the wheelie bar a little bit. Well, I'm sure it was pretty easy to see in that last pass, but the batteries are shot. I didn't bring my charger out with me today, so I'm just barely shy of my goal of 60 miles an hour. I did have one pass at 54 miles an hour in those last couple of passes you saw. The past two passes were both at 50 and 51 miles an hour, and I knew there the batteries were shot. It's a little disappointing not to get to that goal of 60 today, but I'm really happy with the direction of the car. I'm finally getting those higher mile an hours and those lower ETs, and the car's going straight. That's the most important thing. I know what I did isn't the smartest thing in the world. What I did was changing multiple things at one time, so now I don't necessarily know what made the car go straight. I don't know if it was the wheel hexes or if it was the open diff, and the open diff is helping it out. I do kind of like the open diff. I had a lot of you recommend it to me and told me I needed to try it out, and it's working well so far. I'm pretty impressed, especially because when I very first built this car, I put an open diff in it and I did not like it at all. So I was hesitant, admittedly, but it's working well right now. I'm looking at doing another suspension setup video, considering that my suspension is completely different from what was in that original video. I know a lot of people are finding the channel through that video, and I'd also like to do a video on getting the car to go straight now that I'm learning how to make my car go straight. But we still got some tuning to do. We still got some more power we can add to the car and make it go faster. Those new slipper pads ought to be in pretty soon, so then I'll be able to do better tuning with the slipper, and maybe we can talk about that in a video as well, how I'm doing that, what I'm looking at there. Let me know down in the comments below if you're interested in seeing that. But anyway, hit that like button because we finally got the car going straight. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to see more drag racing videos like this. Make sure to click on that bell icon so you get notified when we finally get to 60 miles an hour. And as always, thanks again for watching. Peace.